Howard Schultz didn't come from money. He grew up in a Brooklyn housing project where broken sidewalks and broken dreams were part of the scenery. His father held a string of low-wage jobs: truck driver, factory worker, even delivering cloth diapers door to door. There was no job security, no health insurance, no safety net. Howard still remembers the day his father slipped and broke his hip on the job. The company offered nothing. No support. No dignity. That moment stuck with Howard for the rest of his life, not just the pain of watching his father suffer, but the helplessness of it all. It was his first real encounter with being lost, not directionally, but emotionally. The world felt unfair, and he didn't know what to do with that. As a teenager, he often wandered through the streets after school, thinking about a life beyond the one he knew. He wasn't a prodigy. He wasn't born with connections. But he had a spark, the desire to not let his circumstances define him. He worked odd jobs, paid his own way through college, often feeling like an outsider in rooms where everyone else seemed to have it easier. He graduated, but even then, there was no clear path. He bounced between sales jobs, always searching for something more meaningful, something he couldn't quite name. And for a long time, he felt lost in the crowd, capable, but unseen. It was during a business trip to Seattle that everything changed. He walked into a small coffee company called Starbucks, and something about it pulled him in. At the time, they only sold whole bean coffee, no espresso, no lattes, just bags of beans. But Howard saw potential. Not just in the product, but in the feeling. A feeling he had experienced in Italy, where cafes weren't just for coffee, they were for community. People gathered, connected, paused. He came back with a vision: to turn Starbucks into a place where people didn't just drink coffee, but belonged. But the owners weren't interested. They didn't share his dream. So, Howard made one of the scariest decisions of his life. He left. He started his own coffee shop. At the time, he had no real money. He had to raise capital, and was rejected by more than 200 investors. Over and over again, people told him it wouldn't work. Americans don't want espresso, they said. It's too fancy. Too risky. He felt lost again. But this time, he didn't turn back. He kept pitching. He kept going. And slowly, the pieces began to fall into place. Eventually, he returned and acquired Starbucks, and began building it into something bigger than he ever imagined, not just a coffee company, but a symbol of connection and comfort. He created jobs with benefits, offered stock options to baristas, and treated his employees, or partners, as he calls them, with dignity. The same dignity his father never received. Howard Schultz's journey is proof that feeling lost doesn't mean you're broken, it means you're on the edge of something real. He didn't follow a straight line. He stumbled. He doubted. He was rejected. But he kept going. And in doing so, he built something that changed not just his life, but millions of others. So if you're feeling lost right now, uncertain of your future, unsure of your next move, know that you're not alone. Howard was once where you are. And what guided him wasn't a perfect plan. It was belief. Persistence. The quiet hope that maybe, just maybe, there was something better ahead. You don't have to have it all figured out today. You just have to keep moving. Keep listening to that voice inside you, the one that says, there's more. Because there is. And like Howard Schultz, if you keep going, you'll find your way.